हाँ बिल्कुल.
एक जन भी नहीं आया.
अभी तो नहीं. देविता एक बार YouTube पे साउंड चेक कर लेना. मैंने लाइव
आ
कर
रही है आवाज.
दिया. ओके ओके. ठीक है. Hello. ठीक है. So we are live now and good afternoon to everyone. So today what we are going to do, it's a very interesting topic and I will just show what we are going to do today. Just a second. Okay. All right, so here we have. So today what we are going to do is we are going to make some beautiful art. We will see some beautiful art, how we will have some circles and we can, using just threads, we can create beautiful art out of them. After that, so what we are going to do is we are going to start small. So there are a lot of things that we can do using strings and we can create different types of shapes, different types of curves. Like using a straight thread, we can make different curves and then we are going to, but we will start with the very basic, with very small numbers on a circle and then we will make different shapes. We will see polygons, stars, and what is the relationship between the numbers and the numbers that we are using to create that art, as well as the numbers which are on the circle. So all these things we are going to discuss. So before that, I'll show you some of the beautiful artworks that we have created in our lab. I would like to show them. These are just photos and we have some, you can see here. Okay, so this is because of the blue screen, but this is one art. Then we have some very beautiful, this is the, you see, it's like a kidney. Oh, it's called a nephroid if I talk about the mathematical language. And this is like a heart, if you see the heart, and this is called a cardioid, and we will talk about its properties, but maybe in the next session. And then you can see how, so the beauty of this art is this beautiful activities that you have used just straight threads and all, like without doing anything, just doing some operations on the threads, just using a particular way of connecting the threads on the numbers, we are getting some beautiful curves here. You can see these are just all the shapes which are nothing curvy we have just used the threads and these shapes will come out. But before we move on to these complex shapes that I just showed you, we are going to start with the very basic shapes and yeah. So what we are going to do, we are going to need a circle here. So I hope everyone who is watching the session has the printouts with them. We had asked for printouts like this. This is a circle which I cut actually, but this is one thing. So this is the printout that we need. So one circle and it has 12 points on it. And then there are 13 circles and it has, there are circles which have 13 points on them. So this is the thing that we are going to need. And just in case you don't have circles, you don't have the printouts, I'm quickly going to tell you one jugaad. Jugaad, I don't know what you call jugaad in English, but I'm going to tell you one thing that you can quickly do right now and make your circles and divide them into 12 parts. So I have said that actually. So what we are going to do quickly, let's see in the overhead. So I am going to just draw a circle here on the paper. I'll draw a circle and we will cut it out. I should have actually done this before, but this just came to my mind that if you don't have any printout, if you don't have any material, still we can do this session and it will be beautiful. Okay. So very quickly, I'll show I'm cutting the circle. All right. So here I have my circle, and now what I'm going to do is I want to divide this into 12 equal parts. So I want that my circle has 12 points which are placed at equal distance. So I will quickly do this exercise now, but it can be a beautiful exercise. Why? If I fold by this method, I actually get 12 equal points. So first what I'm doing is I'm dividing this circle into half, and then I will divide it into 4 parts. So one way could be to estimate and just divide these into 3 parts, and then you will get 12 equal parts. But if I want exact, so what I can do is I divided these into 4 parts. Now what I'll do, I will bring this point here at the center of the circle. Similarly, I will bring this point at the center of the circle. And I will bring this point at the center of the circle. And I'll bring this point again at the center of the circle. Okay. So now when I open this, what I will get is, I will get 12 points on my circle. So if I write this 12, 1, 2, it's like a clock, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, 11. So we have 11 equidistant points on our circle. So one exercise could be to prove actually why this has been divided into 12 points, the way we folded the paper, if you remember the steps. So you can actually try to prove why the process gives us 12 equidistant points. All right. So I hope now everybody is ready with their materials. So we need 12. I will use my template which has the circles, which has 12 points on the circle. Okay. All right. So this is going to be our first activity. So what we are going to do in this activity, we have our, yeah. So we have these circles which have 12 points on them, and we will consider that the 12th point is also the 0th point. Okay, because this is a circle, so I can also consider my 12th point as the 0th point. Now what I'm going to do is, starting from this 0th point, I am going to add 1 to it and just join the two numbers. So let's say if I add 12, so I am considering 12 as my 0 for my starting point. And if I add 1 to 0, what do I get? I get 1. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to connect these 2 points. So let's come to the overhead. Yeah. Okay. So this is, I'm considering this as 0 also. So 12 goes to 0 goes to 1. Now if I add, then the next step is add 1 to 1. So now 1 to 1 is 2. Then if I add 1 to 2, I get 3. If I add 1 to 3, I get 4. If I add 1 to 4, I get 5, and so on. I will keep doing the same thing until I reach 13. 12. The point where I started. So I just have to reach from wherever I started. I just have to reach the same point. And we can see we have got a shape. What shape we have got, I'll just tell you later on. But yes, people who are watching on YouTube, you can please put your comments in, and I'm reading those comments. So it will be nice if you put in your comments and we can interact a little bit through the chat. Okay, so here what we have is we have a 12-point circle, and the first thing that we did was we started from 12 or 0, and we started adding 1, and we kept doing this until we reached the starting point, like whatever point I started. And I can start with any point that I want. The only thing that I have to ensure is that I add 1 to every point and I come back to the starting point. Okay. Now the next is, if I have my 12 circle, now I'll do the same thing. But now instead of adding 1, I will add 2. Okay, let's start. So I will just write 0 here. Okay, I need a good pen. There I go. Okay. So I'll start with 0 and now I'll add is 2. So here I get 2, and now when I add 2 to 2, what do I get? 4. So I will go to 4. Then I will add 2 to 4, which gives me 6. Then 8. It's like reading the table of 2. 10. And then I come back to 12, which gives me again a closed shape. And please write in the chat box what shapes you are getting. Are you getting the same shape as mine? Or is there something else going on? Okay. Now, so what we have, you have, so if you have these printouts, and if you don't have the printouts, you can draw on your notebook also. Just try to put them at equal distance. We know how to draw a clock, so we can do this in our notebook also. And just do this for all the numbers starting from 1 to 11. So what we did here, we started with 0 and we added 1 to every number and we completed the loop. In the second case, we started with 0 and we added 2 to every number until we reached the starting point. Now let's add 3. Okay, I'm also doing, let's do side by side. People who are doing on YouTube or watching on YouTube, you please put something in the comments that you are following the exercise. Okay, Devita, can you put the Zoom link in YouTube? Someone is asking.
Okay, I will do it.
Yeah. Okay. So here, 12, I start with 0. So let's say I'll just write 0 here for clarity. So now I have to add is 3. So just use it. Okay. So now I will add 3. Then 3 plus 3 is 6. Then 6 plus 3 is 9. And 6 plus 3 is 9, and 9 plus 3 gives me 12, which brings me to the starting point, and my shape is done. Okay. So now we have got another shape. Alright. So, okay, I will also write the numbers which I'm adding. Here I added 1. Here I added 2. Here I added 3. Okay. So now what should be the next number? The next number is 4. So now let's add 4 here. Okay. So here we have, so I start from 0 and here we go. From 12 I start till 4. Okay. Then 4, I need to add 4 again. So 4 plus 4 gives me 8. So here I go till 8. And then again I have 8 plus 4 is 12. All right. So here we have this. What do we get now? We get another shape. Okay. So now we added 1, we got some polygon, some shape. We added 2, we got a hexagon. Now we added 3, we got a square. And when we added 4, we got a triangle. Now let's see what happens when we add 5. Okay. So now let's add 5 here. Okay. So now I will start again from 0. And what I'm going to do is, I'm going to add 5. So I will reach 5 here. Now, 5 plus 5 is going to give me 10. So here, let's add 10. Okay. Now, if I have to add 5 more, so what I will get is 15, but the numbers are till 12. So what I'll do, I will keep going. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 10 will go to 3. Okay. And now 3 plus 5 gives me 8. 8 plus 3 gives me, 8 plus 5 gives me 13. So 12, and then I will go to 1. Okay. And 1 plus 5 gives me 6. And we keep on doing until we reach the starting point. So we have to just keep going and doing this. 6 plus 5 gives me 11. Oh, 6 plus 5 gives me 11. Then 11 plus 5, which is 11 plus 5 is 16. So I will go to 4. Okay. Then 4 plus 5 goes to 9. And 9 plus 5 is 14. So I will go to 2. And how I am getting these numbers is because so I am just subtracting 12 from the number which I have. So let's say I have to get 14. And if I subtract 12 from it, I get 2. So 9 will go to 2. And 2 goes to plus 5 is 7. It goes to 7. And 7 plus 5 is 12. So finally, the point where we started, we have reached the starting point, and this is the shape that we have got. I hope everyone is following side by side and also making their shapes. Please put your comments in the chat box in the YouTube, and if photos are also possible, please put your photos also. I will be able to see what you're doing. Anu ma'am, you can tell us where you are from. It will be nice to interact and also try to show us your work. Interesting. Yes, so this is the shape that we have got when we added 5, but still we have more numbers to go, okay? All right, so now here I added 5, so I will just write down 5 here. Here. So here I added 5. Okay, so next, what is the next? So now I have 6. So what I'll add is 6 here. So I start from here, I give 0 and I add 6 here. So I go from here to 6. And now when I add 6 to 6, I get 12 again. So my only shape that I get is a single line. So here we are done with till 6. But now we have some in the back also. I hope you're drawing your circles and making the points. And now we will see what do we get when we make the other shapes. So till 5 and 6 we are done. Now we have 7. So let's do 7 quickly. So I start from here. Okay, 7. And then 7 goes to 7 plus 7, 14, which goes here. 2 plus 7 is 9. 9 plus 5 is 9 plus 7 is 16, which will go to 4. 7 behave like 5. Very nice. Someone is writing 7 behave like 5. We will see that. 4 plus 7 gives me 11. Okay, 11 plus 7 gives me 18, which will go to 6. Huh? 6 plus 7 is 13, which will go to 1. And 1 goes to 8. 8 goes to 15, which is 3. And 3 goes to 10. And 10 goes to 17, which will be 5. And 5 will go to 12. And we are done. So if we now see, it is the same shape that we have got when we added 5. So when we were adding 5, so this is exactly the same shape which we got. And how do we check? We can measure the angles also. So these two are the same shapes that we have got when we added 5 and when we added 7. Okay. Now, so now if we do 8, what do we get? So now if I add 8, so 12 plus 8, so 0 plus 8, we start with 8, okay? And 8 plus 8 is 16, which will go to 4. And 4 plus 8 is 12, so I will come back here. And this is exactly the same shape that we got when we added 4. So 4 and 8 have the same. Interesting. Okay. And now we will continue doing this and I will quickly show here. So what happens? So we have it. Okay. So here I have 12 points on my circle. So I started with 1 and this is the shape that I got. Then when I did 2, we got hexagon. Then when we started with 3, we got a square. 4, we have a triangle. 5, we have a star. 6, we have a line. And 7, we have again the star. And you can also check in one other way by redrawing it on the same circle with some other colored pen. So you can see you get the same star. Then 8, you have the triangle, which we just saw. 9 will give you a square. So, okay, you can see my numbers here. What I'm doing is I'm adding the numbers here. So if I start from 1, I added 9 to it, which went to 10. And then 10 plus 9 goes to 19. And 19 minus 2 is 12 is 7. So it comes to 7. And so on. It forms a square. And then it goes to 10. 10 gives me a hexagon. And can you guess what will be 11? So if you follow the pattern, what will 11 give me? People on YouTube watching can reply. What will you get when you uh, what will you get when you add 11 points? Points. We will get a shape. That will be 12 points you will get when you had 12, like it will stay on the same point. But let's see. So you get the same shape which you got when you added 1, a 12-sided polygon, which is a dodecagon, right? Okay. So now the question is, if you have drawn, just look at the points, look at the shapes, and can you try to figure out if there is any pattern in the way these shapes are being formed. KGBV Barkhetri. Hello. So everyone, I'll just take 2 minutes in, we have a KGBV who has joined. Please try to figure out if there is any pattern that you can see. What is same between the shapes, types of shapes that you have got? What is different between the types of shapes that you have got? And if there is any pattern that you can observe, try to find that. And if you have any observations, please put in the chat. Anyone has any observations about the types of shapes, what is same, what is different, or what is, if there is any relationship between the number that you added and the number on the rings and shapes formed? Anything that you can think of, you can put in the comments. Bishmiti ji, hello. Can you switch your screens on KGBV Bharketri? I think you are from Assam. Okay, so I have not got many observations. I hope people are doing this. Anyhow, so now let's move to the activity 2. So if you have not been able to figure out any relationship or anything that is same or different between the shapes, we will try doing the same activity with a 13-point circle. So now you can draw a circle and divide it into 13 equal parts. So that is what we can do. And then we will repeat the same activity. We will start by adding 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 until 12 and we will see what kinds of shapes are we getting. Okay. So let's start. Okay, so now use the 13 point circle, the one circle which has 13 points on it. So you can see there in the printout we had given, should show it. Yeah. So we had this printout which has 13 points. You can see there are 13 points on the circle. Now the question is, so for the people who just have joined, Neetu Moni ji, Anu Bishmiti ji and KGBV Barkhetri, can you switch your screens on? It will be nice, and you can quickly draw these circles if you don't have the material and put 13 points on it. Okay. So now the activity is that if you have 13 points on a circle, so this 13 is our last point, and we can also assume it is our starting point. So now what I'm doing is, starting from here, I will add 1 to it and join the answer that I get. So 0 plus 1 gives me 1. So I will go to 1. Then 1 plus 1 gives me 2, and I will go to 2. 2 plus 1 gives me 3. 3 plus 1 gives me 4. 4 plus 1 gives me 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13. So when we keep on doing this until we reach the last point, we get a shape. Can you write in the chat if you are understanding, if you are following what I'm saying? Neetu Moni ji, Bishmiti, Arju Vara ji, have you, if you don't have any material, just make a circle and put 13 points on it at some equal distance. Okay, so now we did this with 0 by adding 1. But now in this 13-point circle, let's add 2 every time. So we will start again from here, which we will consider this as 0 also. And now what I'm going to do is, I am going to add 2 to every point. So let's add 2. So this will 0, we come to 2. Then 2 plus 2 is 4. 4 plus 2 is 6. 6 plus 2 is 8. 10. 12. Now after 12, it will go to 14, which is 14 minus 13, 1. Then 1 goes to 3. 3 goes to 5. 5 goes to 7, 9, 11, and 30. So now, when we added 2 here, we got this shape. So you can see we got this shape. It is not any polygon, but a star-like shape. No? Okay. So, but in case of 12-point circle, what we were getting? So I will keep the 12-point circle also here. In the case of 12-point circle, we got a hexagon, but here something we have got a star-like shape. Okay. Now let's do 3 points with 13. So now we will add 3, and then we will stop. We will keep doing that until we reach the starting point, which is our 13. Okay. So let's start and make it and see what do we get. So 13 plus this 3, it goes to 3, 0, and then 3 goes to 6, 6 goes to 9, 9 goes to 12, and now 12 goes to 2. 12 plus 3 is 15, which will be 2. 2 plus 3 is 5, 8, 11. 11 plus 3 will be 1, then 4, then 7, and then 10, and then finally 13. So now we have reached the starting point. So once again, we have got this shape here, and you can see this is not the same shape as this one. This is a different star, like if we compare when we added 2. So I will just write here, this was adding 1, this was adding 2, and this was adding 3. Okay, now quickly, just 2 more minutes, and quickly let's do all the shapes. So we will very quickly do this 3, 4, and 5, 4, 5, and 6. Because after 6, Okay, let's do it. So 0, I'll just make it 0. So 3, sorry, 4. 4 plus 4, 8. 8 plus 4 is 12. 12 plus 4 is 16, which will lead me to 3. 3 plus 4, 7. 7 plus 4, 11. 11 plus 4 is 17, which will lead me to, sorry, what did I do? 7, 2, 3, okay, 11. 11 plus 4, yeah. So here I will reach 2. 2 plus 4 is 6. 6 plus 4 is 10. And 10 plus 4 is 14, which is 1. 1 goes to 5. 5 goes to 9, and 9 plus 4 is 13 once again. So now we have got another star-like shape. Yes. So Anu ma'am is very right. I think Anu ma'am, Anuji, you are following what we are doing. If my speed is very fast, you can tell me in the comments. But I think we are following what we are doing. We are just repeating the same process every time. So we added 1 first, we added 2 first, we added 3, and we added 4 here. So now you can see that when we were having a 12-point circle, we were getting different shapes. There were some polygons, there were some stars, but till now in 13, we have not got any polygon except for one. We are just getting stars. Okay. So now I will switch to, so I have made this in GeoGebra, we have worked this out. We have made this code, like we have written this where we can just simulate whatever numbers I want on my circle, I can set, and then what are the shapes I will get on adding different numbers, that also we can see. So here we have, okay, I will just, oh, sorry. Oops. Okay, so we have it. All right. So now what we will do is we will just bring it here. Okay. So now I have 13 points. So what I'll do, I will move the points to 13. And now let's see what are the things that I'm getting. So on 1, we got this shape, which we also have got on a paper. Then we will put 2. So now we can see we have the same star that we are getting here. Then on 3, we have this star. Then on 4, we have this star. Then on 5, this, we are getting stars, okay? Then in 6, we have another star. 7, we have another. Oh, let's see, 6 and 7. I think they are same. Then 8, and let's compare with 5. So 8 and 5 are same. Then 9, 10, 11, 12. So on 12, we get the polygon once again. But other than 12 and 1, there is no shape, no number at which we have got any polygon. So we have got the star every time. Okay. So now can you try to compare both the activities? So one was a 12-point circle on which we had 12 points. The other was a 13-point circle. And we did the same process. We added 2, 3. So it is like reading the table of 2, 3, 4, and 5, right? We just did that. So now can you see and try to observe what is happening? What kinds of numbers are giving you polygons? What kinds of numbers are giving you stars? Is there any relationship between the number you are adding and the number which is there on the ring? So take a minute and try to write in the chat if you can answer that. So I will repeat the question. Look at the 12 points. Okay, yeah. So the question is, we have these 12-point circles. Okay, so we did this first activity. I will show in the overhead. So we did this 12-point circle activity. Okay, and what we did was, we started from 0. We added 1 and we until we got the same point. Okay. Then we had this 12, and then what we did, we added 2. Okay. Then we added 3, we added 4, and then we added 5, and then we added 6. So when there was a 12-point circle, we got some polygons also, and we got some stars also. Okay. But when I had a 13-point circle, I am only getting stars. So now let's look at the 12-point circle. Just look at the 12-point circle. In some of the numbers, when I'm adding 1, 2, 3, 4, I get polygons. But when I added 5, I got a star. Can you think why is this so? In some shapes, I got polygons, but in some shapes, e- every point is covered and I am getting a star. Is there any relationship between the numbers that I'm adding and the numbers which are there on the circle? That is the question. So now, Anuji, is it clear now? I hope the question is clear. Take a moment, think about it. Otherwise, we will just do it. Okay. People on YouTube can also answer if you have any answer. And I'm launching the poll question also. So, okay. So let's go back. Look at the shapes that you got in your 12-point circle. Okay. So now the question is, so look at all the shapes that you got on your 12-point circle. Which of the following numbers create stars on a 12-point circle? That is the question. So, which of the following numbers create stars on a 12-point circle? Okay. So, the first option is addition numbers that divide the circle number. So, addition numbers, the numbers that you are adding. And circle number, the numbers on the ring or the circle. How many points are there on the circle? That is your circle number. Okay, we have just given our own definition. These are not mathematical terms. I just give them my own names. So addition number is that divide the point. Addition number is the number that we are adding, and circle number is the number of points on the circle. Okay, so someone has given the answer on the Zoom poll. That's good. Please write on chat box also. We are talking about which of the following numbers create stars on a 12-point circle. Okay, I'll just quickly see if anyone is answering. You can answer in the poll. So there are three options: addition numbers that divide the circle number, addition numbers that do not divide the circle number, and any other number that divides both addition number and circle number. Okay, let's end the poll and talk about what is happening here. Okay, so it's in the comment, YouTube comment has written something. Okay, so you have told 5, 8, and 9, they are forming stars in the 12-point circle. Okay, so let's look here. Okay, so when we had this 12-point circle, we got stars only with two numbers. One is 5 and the other one is 7. Yes, Anu ji, you are right, and Deepti ji, you are also right. I think your name is Deepti. Yes, so what we did was, there were addition numbers. What were the addition numbers which gave us stars? 5 and 7. And both do not divide the number of points on the circle. So there were 12 points on the circle, 5 and 7, they do not divide 12, and that is why we got a star. Okay, so that was the first kind of thing. So we have got different shapes. So one, in the 12-point circle, we have got some polygons also. We have got stars also. And we have got a line also. So line is just, it's just a half of the number that we have. In that case, we got the, but we will see further. Okay, so now what is the next? Okay, so now which numbers gave us the polygons? If we look carefully, the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, 9 and 10, they gave us the polygons. So if we look back at our sheet, so it's good if we look at our work rather than looking at my PPT, it will be nice. Okay, so see which numbers gave us the polygons? 1, 2, 3, 4, okay, and then 8, this 9, which gave us the square, 9, 10, and 11. So all these, did 11 give us the polygon? Yeah, 11 gave us the polygon, which is same as 1. So all these shapes, they gave us the polygons. Now, can you find what is special about these numbers with respect to 12? So we saw the numbers 5 and 7, they do not divide 12. But what is special about these numbers? All these numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4, then 7, 8, 9, 10, all these numbers, they have one thing. What is it? They either divide 12. So 2 divides 12, 3 divides 12, 4 divides 12, and if we look at 8, 9 and 10, all of them have a common factor with 12. That is, there is one number that divides both 8 and 12. So if we look at 8, so if I look here, so what are my numbers which give me polygons? 2. I will avoid the one wala polygon because it is just you are adding one and you get a closed shape. So let's look at the other numbers that give us regular polygons. 2, 3, 4, 6. Then we had 8, 9 and 10. So all these shapes, they gave us polygons. Now these shapes 2, 3, 4, these and 6, they divide the number. So they divide the number 12. So when 2 divide, so if we divide 12 by 2, we get 6, and this is the shape that we had got, hexagon. When I divide 12 by 3, I get 4, and which gives me a square. That is why I got a square. So because we are adding 3 and it's 12, so it's the same question as how many times 3 can go into 12. So if I have this ring, the 12-point ring, it's like the same question. How many times can this line segment go into 12 points? So this is 1, then 2, then 3, and this is 4. So the number of time it goes into 12 is the number of segments that you can draw here. Then same is 12 divided by 4, which gives me 3, and that is why I got a triangle. And when I divided by 6, I got a 2, which gives me a line. So if the number completely divides, so if these numbers, because these numbers are completely dividing the number on points on the circle, so I am getting regular polygons. Okay, now let's look at these numbers, 8, 9 and 10. They also gave us regular polygons. Okay. And they gave us, so 8 was giving us, what shape 8 gave us? 8 gave us triangle, the one which was given by 4. So 4 gave us square, and this is the same as triangle, 8. Then what, 3? 3 gave us a square, and 9 also gave me a square. And then we had hexagon, 2 gave me a hexagon, and 10 will also give a hexagon. So these are the numbers. So now if we look at 8, 9 and 10 and 12. So the only relationship that exists between them is that they have some common factor. They are, okay, Yeah, so they have a common factor. But 5 and 7, when we talked about 5 and 7, they did not have any common factor. So, wait, I'll just come back here. Yeah. So, here. So, those numbers which do not have any common factors, we call them prime numbers. Okay, sorry, co-prime numbers. I'm so sorry. So we call these. So let's say I talk about 5 and 12. They have no common factors. Such numbers which do not have any common factor. That is no number which divides 5 also and which divides 12 also. Like in the case of 8 and 12, 4 is dividing 8, 4 is dividing 12. So there is a common factor. There is a common number that divides. But in the case of co-prime numbers, there will be no common factor. And such numbers, if there is no common factor and they do not divide each other, like the smaller number does not divide the larger number, you get a co-prime number. I hope this makes sense. And that is why on the 13-point circle, so when we had a 13, 13 is a prime number. So which means every other number except 1 will be its, every other number except 1 will be its co-prime. It will not have any factor common with it. And that is why we get stars in all the numbers created by this in by adding any number in a 13-point circle. I hope I am clear till now. You can put in chat box if you have any queries. Otherwise, we will just move now. So till now, what we have talked about is that there are three types of numbers that we saw, like the addition numbers, and then there are circle numbers on the circle. Now there are three types of relationships. One is whatever number you are adding, it can be a factor. Number two, it can be a co-prime number, like both of them have no common factor. And third, what it could be? It could be a number which has a common factor with the number of points on a circle. And we saw that when the numbers are co-prime, we get stars. Second, when the numbers divide are factors, we get polygons. And when the numbers have common factors, then also we get polygons. Okay? All right, we'll see that. Okay, now the question is that why are the stars passing through all the points? Why are we actually getting stars here? So sure, they do not divide the number of points on the circle, but why are we getting stars? Like, why is it passing through all the points? Why not through some points? Why is it passing through all the points? Now let us try to understand that. Okay. So now let us imagine that I have this circle, okay, this circle with me, and it has 12 points on it. And now I open it and make a straight line. And because it is a circle, you can see I am traveling on the 12, 12 numbers again and again. So what I'll do is, I have created this number line here. You can look here. So I have spread this out. So I'll show you the overhead also. Okay, here we have it. Okay, so you can see here, I have opened my ring and it starts from here and it goes till 13. Here is my, oh sorry, this is 14 point. I need the 13 point, 12 point. Did I not take it wrong? Oh, I think I took the wrong printout. No, I have it. Yeah, okay. Anyhow, we will do it here only. So I can see here that this is till 12, this is here. And then what I have is, I will just write it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And then I'll start with 1 again. Okay. So what I am doing is, I have opened out my ring, and because I am going again and again and again in the ring, so I am now putting the number lines one after the other. So 0 to 12, then again 1 to 12, then 1 to 12. I just have to do this. I took the wrong printout actually. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. I think that should be not enough. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, now let's see what is happening. So now when I'm adding 5, so what I do is I start from 0 and I add 5. Okay, so what I do, I come here. Now when I add 5 to 5, I get 10. Then when I add 5 to 10, what do I get? 15. But that is 3. So now I come here at 3. Next, 3 plus 5 gives me 8. Then 8 plus 5 gives me 13, which is 1. Then 1 goes to 1 plus 5 is 6. So I will come here. I'll just there. Okay. 6 plus 5 is 11. 11 plus 5 is 16, which will be 4. 4 plus 4 plus 5 is 9. 9 plus 5 is 14, which will go to 2. And then 1, 3, and 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Then 2 plus 5 will be 7. And 7 plus 5 will be 12. So here we come. So what was the condition when we started this? We said that we will keep on going until we reach the same point that we started with. Is there something which rings in your mind now? What we did? Can somebody relate what we have just done? So we want to come back to the same number, but while making jumps of 5. Can you relate what we have done? Why every point has been covered on the star? I will just wait for 1 minute if anyone wants to reply. It's a beautiful question and it's a beautiful relation. Like you were on a circle, you are using thread, you are adding some numbers and you want to come back to the same number. But you have some smaller lens by which you are making. So now we have opened out that ring. We have put the number line together. We are trying to make jumps. And you can see I want to come back to the 12. What am I actually doing? You do this in your classes. People on YouTube can climb the YouTube comments. I'm reading the comments. It will be nice. We can interact. If anyone has any idea where this is going. No idea. Very nice. It's nice that you're saying. Can you please also tell me where you are from? It will be nice to know from where you have joined. Rajasthan. Okay, very nice. And your school or what, like, are you a teacher or a student? It will be nice to know. Please put in the chat. Okay. So what we have done here is, so we are now on the number line. We are not on the circle. Okay. I just opened the circle. So, and I know I'm going in loop on the 12-point circle. So I created this number line. So I start with 0 and I go till 5. Then I add 5, 10. Oh, very nice, Anu. Which grade also can you mention? Very nice. It's interesting to see students also. Okay, 5, then 10, then 15. So, yeah. So, I had this condition that I want to come back to the starting point. Wherever my starting point is, I want to come back. Yes. So, Deeps, you're right. It's 12 jumps, but why 12 jumps? No? So, okay, let's look at it like this way. So, I want to come to the same point where I started with. Okay. And I have this length of 12. Okay, so this was my length. Let's look at it. This was my length of 12. And I started putting some 4 jumps of 5, and I want to keep doing that until my jumps come on 12. Means they equal some number which comes in the table of 12 also and which comes in the table of 5 also. So let's see what we have done. So it is 5, then 10, then 15, then 20. So this is my second line. I'll just mark it here. And you can see this jump exceeded the 12. This went outside 12. Then when you started from here, you 6, and now it is at 11. So that means, now it is at 1. So that means again it is more than the 12 jump. So I will have to continue. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, and 60. After completing 60, I reach 12. And what is special about 60? So if you look before 60, there is no number which comes on the table of 5 as well as 12. I want a number which comes in the table of 5 also and in the table of 12 also. Because then only my sums of 5 can equal 12, no? Like so if you see here, I want to put 5 unit blocks, and I want them equal to be 12 unit blocks. When will that happen? Only when there is some number, there is some sum which can come in the table of both 5 as well as 12. So if I make 2 jumps, 10, it is not in the table of 12, so it does not divide 12, so it cannot happen. 15, it is not in the table of 12. 20, no. 25, no. 30, no. 35, no. 40, no. 45, no. 50, no. 60, 55, no. 60. And that is here your concept of LCM comes into the picture. What is LCM? This is the LCM, no? You have some smaller groups, you have some larger groups, you are trying to make them equal. And what you do, you start putting small groups until you reach a number where both the blocks become equal. And that is why and if you can see here, and because there is no common factor, it will have to make 12 jumps, because then only 5 times 12 will give me 60. This is the only number that will divide both. Their product will be the only number that will be divided by, that will come in the table of both the numbers. So that is why the 5, when we are adding 5, it will go and touch all the points. Any doubts? And that is okay. Let's do one more. So with 13 also the same thing is happening. And you can check this with 7 also. So in 7 also, it will have to make 12 jumps, and it will touch all the points, because when we have 7, the only number 7 times 12, it is 84. So when we have 7 times 12, the 84 will be the only number which can come in both tables, and that is when the jumps will reach 12. So, and that is only after it has made 12 jumps. So, now let's look at 13 also. I will do one 13 also. I'll do it on the back side. Okay. So, now I will put 13, and I have done this. Okay, I will just erase this 14, and I hope I do not mess up. 14 and 14 and 14. Okay, so let's take one more number and see what happens. So now we said 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. All 12. All these numbers, they are co-prime to 13. Means they do not have any common factors. So that means when will 2, okay, let me take 4. When will 4 reach, so starting from 0 or 13, when will 4 reach 13 again? So we will have to make 13 jumps. That is why we got a star which touches all the point on the circle. So we will do 4, and then 8. Then 8 plus 4 is 12, but I want to reach 13. So 12 plus 4 is 30. 12 plus 4 is 16, which will go to 3. The size of the jump changes because of this number. Okay, 3 plus 4 is 7. 7 plus 4 is 11. Then 11 plus 4 is 15, which will go to 2. 11 plus 4 is 15. Yeah, it will go to 2. 2 plus 4, 6. 6 plus 4, 10. 10 plus 4 is 1. 1 plus 4 will be 5. 5 plus 4 is 9. And 9 plus 4 will be 13, and we are back on 13. And let's see how many jumps we have taken. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 jumps we had taken. And this is how we reached. So we have covered all the numbers on the circle, and we can see these are all different numbers. So this is 4. Then, okay, let's see where is 1. So 1. Then we have 2. Where is my point number 2? Then I have 3. 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. Where do I see you? 3. Then we have 4. 5. 5. Where is 5? 5, 5, 5. Somewhere should be here. 5. Has it not? Oh, 5. Then 6. Then 7. Then 8. Oh, I saw the pattern. 9. 10. And 11. And 12. And finally 13. We have it back. So whenever the numbers are co-prime, by touching every point, because you are just multiplying, when you are adding, you are just making groups of 5, 5, 5, that addition number to reach any number that comes in the table of both 5 and 13. And that is where the concept of LCM is. You can see it so beautifully woven into the art of strings in the whatever that we have done today. And now, okay, I'll just take 5 more minutes and we will continue this in the second session. I am not done yet. We have a lot more to discuss in this beautiful session. So I will just leave you with a question today, and I will also tell you. So you can see here what we have done here is we have made this beautiful. We have made this beautiful arts using strings. We had these MDF laser cuts, and we had these hooks here, and we tied strings. So you can see, I'll show you in the overhead. Yeah. So we have this circle with the 12 points. You can see this is a hexagon. And then we have a square, which is by adding 3. And then we had the triangle. Where was the triangle? Yeah. Then we had the triangle. And why these are different colors? Because you got these strings by 2 numbers. Now that is why we have used different strings to show that these are the same shapes. So 4. And finally, this is the 5. Let me just check. Yes, this is the 5 one. And now you will ask me that how you can actually do these beautiful things. So I will show you. If you do not have the templates, you can still do them. I will request you to wait for just 5 more minutes. I want to leave you with a question because we are not done yet. We have just covered 2 types of numbers, co-prime numbers and factors. But we are still having the numbers which have a common number between them. Okay, so here, okay. So what this is done by our girls in the KGBVs. So last year when we did the session with the girls from UP KGBV, okay, so they did this. So they pasted. So I have given a template. You have the 12-point circles. You have the 100-point circles also. I will tell you what to do with that. Sorry. You have this circle and you have pasted this 100-point circle on this cardboard. And now at every point where you can see the hooks, you make slits. Like using a cutter, you can make some slits here, and then using the thread. So let's say I want to start from 1. where is my number 1? Yeah. So here is my number 1. I can tie it here or paste it here like this. And then I can do it. So if 1 goes to, let's say 1 goes to 5, if I do 5, okay, and then 5. So now I will have to bring it back again. Oh, sorry, I was not showing. So here I will have to bring it back. Then 5 goes to 10. Sorry, 5 comes here back again. Yeah, and it goes to 10. 5 goes to 10, like this. So you can do this. So the girls from our KGBV, they actually did this. They actually made the slits in the cardboard and they made a beautiful heart-like shape. I do not have it actually. Oh, I have it. Here you go. You can see it. They made this. Yeah, so here I'll show. So they have done this by making slits in the cardboard and made this beautiful shape. And how this is done, I'll just give you an idea. And also, if you want to, so this is, what I did here was, I took the, you can see this is the cover of an old notebook. I took out that cover, I drew a circle and like I used the template only, the one circle which I gave you, I took, yeah, here it is. So I just cut out the circle, put it here and mark the points. And then using needle and thread, you can see I have just use needle and thread and I have done this art. So you can try to decorate your notebooks, school notebooks in this way. Just use needle and thread. So I use this needle and thread here, and just by making the points you can make beautiful stars on the covers or your notebook. And if you do so, please share it with us in the WhatsApp group, or you can put it on your put it on our email also. WhatsApp group we have, you can share it over there. Devita, can you please put the no, okay, let it be, not here. Okay, so now final question. So we had three types of numbers. And so, yeah, so I told you that the stars will pass through all the points and we call them n-pointed stars. Like if it is passing through 13 points, so we call it 13-pointed star. And if it is passing through all the 12 points, we call it a 12-pointed star. That is just a term that you should, like, you can know. All right. Now, I have a poll question. Yeah. Okay. In a 9-point circle, which shape will you get when you add 4? You can quickly think of it. In a 9-point circle, which shape will you get when you add 4? So you have 9 points on a circle and you are adding 4 every time. What shape will you get? So you see, try to see the relationship between the two numbers, 9 and 4. Okay, good. Very nice, Anu. Anu, ask your friends also to join. It will be nice to interact with all of you, whatever grade you are in. And also, if you make these artworks like this, please share it with us. We will be very happy to see. I hope you are on our WhatsApp group. If no, you can, so you can visit our website. We will put the link over there. Okay, that's right. So 9-pointed star. So you know 9 and 4, they are co-prime number. And when you open the, so 9, so we are making steps of 4. And it will go on till it reaches a number which comes in table of 4 as well as in 9, which will be 36. And to reach 36, it will have to make 9 jumps. I'll quickly show you on GeoGebra also. So if I have 9 points on my circle, and if I'm making jumps of 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, sorry. 9-point circle. Yeah. So you can see here that it has made a 9-pointed star. All the 9 points have been done. Okay, now leaving you with the last question, which is that when the numbers that we are adding, when they have common factors with the numbers on the circle. So in the case of 12-point circle, we always got a regular polygon. So this might make us think that we will always get regular polygons. But here is one example. So let's say I have 14 points, okay? I have 14 points on my circle and I have taken the addition number as 4. I am adding 4 every time. Now you can see we have not got a regular polygon but a star. But this star is different from the star we got when we had co-prime numbers. So this is your food for thought. This is your question for thinking. For the next week, we will have a session on Thursday. We will continue this. This is your question. What is happening here? Why here the number star is not the how many 14 pointed star? You can see some of the points have not been connected. So this is your question. What happens when you have numbers which have some common factors? You do not always get polygons, you do not always get stars, you get some mixture. And what is that? You have to think about it. Okay, so that is it. And if you want to, yeah, I will share the worksheet. There is a challenge question. If you want to try that, you can try it. The challenge question is like this: the 100-point template has been shared with you, and here. So in the circle today, we talked about adding numbers, but in the template that we have shared, it will be multiplication. What multiplication? Like you start with 1 and 1 goes to 2, the double of 2. You come to 2, 2 goes to 4. So this here that I have here, the shape here, this is the shape that you will get when you read the table of 2 on every number. So 1 goes to 2, 2 goes to 4. Then you come back on 3 and then you go to 6. Then you come back on 4, you go to 8 and so on. When you keep doing, you will get the shape of a heart. So you can do this with threads also, or with the way we did in the session using lines also. So if you have any questions, I am here till I can wait here till 4:45. Otherwise, we will end the session. If you have any question, you can ask YouTube or Zoom, whatever. I can wait till 4:45 and then I'll end the session if you have any questions. Oh, wow. Nice. Okay. All right. So now I will end the session. Thank you so much. And we will continue this next week.